Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to talk about voices. And I wondered, have you ever watched a sporting game with your family, maybe part of one? And it is football season, so perhaps a football game. And during the course of a said football game, you may have heard some voices cry out. Perhaps you heard someone exclaim, touchdown, or field goal, or something exciting because they were excited. Their team did really well. Or maybe you heard some voices cry out, what is going on? Or even hollering at the coaches or the referees, that's not fair. They were totally on the line. Because they're frustrated. They feel like there's some sort of injustice, something unfair, and that doesn't follow the rules. That is just not right. And we've been looking at voices that cry out about things that are not right and things that are unfair. And those voices are from the prophets. And we've been looking at a whole bunch of prophets, but Zephaniah and Habakkuk this week. And their voices cry out to God. And unlike the other side of that screen, God is not a far off projection. He's not something that's distant. God indeed can hear us and he wants to be with us. He's a personal God. He's not an impersonal projection. And so he converses back with his prophets. And so we get to see this voices back and forth, this dialogue. And the prophets are frustrated because it's pretty wicked in their times. And God gives them some really cool imagery of what is going to happen. And he tells them that they wouldn't even believe what's going to happen. It's going to be so awesome. And here he gives them some awesome dramatic picture language. He tells them that the priests and judges that are supposed to be protecting God's people are really more like lions and wolves out to devour them. And he also tells them because of that, he is full of righteous anger toward that. And they will be punished just like pouring out of a cup of wrath, of anger over them. We also see some good images. We see things like the knowledge of God filling up the whole earth, just like the waters covering it. And we see God placing our feet high up on the top of a mountain, just like deer, and that the whole world will tremble and quake. The mountains will quake in the mighty presence of our powerful God. So there's some really, really cool imagery that God gives his prophets with his voice so that they know what's going to happen and so they can have a better understanding. And it's really cool for us because it's recorded in the books of those prophets. And what are the responses? So since God responds back to them, they respond back. And so what is the response of the psalmist and the prophets in the face of the destruction of their people because of their sins? They choose to rejoice and they choose to trust God. Now they do express their frustration and what is unfair, and they're sad, and they cry out to God about that. But overall, they choose rejoicing and trusting in God. And so in a prophetic way, they model for us how we can respond in similar troubling times. We can say, just like the prophets and the psalmist say, even though I'm stuck in a deep pit, even though I have no food and all the things I might have might be given away, I will trust God and I will choose to rejoice and wait in hope and expectation for the promised salvation. And in the meantime, I'll retell over and over and over the story of his greatness and of his Messiah and of his great, great, great covenant faithfulness. Keep reading the prophets. I'll see you guys soon.